A lot of students say to me, I've got lots of little bits and pieces to my thesis, so how do I keep it coherent? How do I make sure that it tells a story all the way through? Simple. Here's a table to show you how to do it.
Now you've got introduction, literature review, and discussion, but you want a theme running all the way through. So your introduction is going to start with a general overview of the field, which is similar to the literature review, but obviously the wording is going to be different. Now this theme needs to run all the way through. So in your discussion, you start with, so what's the problem that you were addressing? How did you address it? Your introduction and literature review are going to contain this at the beginning. Now you want to move on to what are the current issues in the field. Your intro is going to talk about some key papers because your introduction is shorter than the literature review. But your literature review is going to have a fuller set of papers. It's not going to be everything, obviously, but there'll be more papers than the intro. Then your discussion is going to talk about how you addressed these current issues. Now, the important research gap, the introduction, is where you're going to be talking about where your work fits into the field, because there's a gap, right? The lit review is going to go into a little bit more detail about the papers, the research that's out there, but there's a gap. All right, so what did you do in order to try and fill that gap? The discussion is going to go into a lot more detail, though. Did you reproduce someone's work? Which is possible at the beginning. If so, you make comparisons to your outcomes. So what did you get? What did they get? Highlight your work that fills the gap. So it could be that you've got brand spanking new work. So you want to make sure that you talk about where your results fit in. So you want to talk about where your work fits in to where the gap is. Next, the research questions in the intro. So what are your research questions? The lit review is going to give the reader enough information so that we're able to read and understand why these questions exist. Why hasn't somebody already done this work? And the discussion is going to talk about the analysis of your findings, and it's going to show how you answered these questions. So then at the end of the intro, you've got your aims and objectives. So it's an overview of what you did to answer the questions. There should be enough information here so that the reader understands the procedures you used. Now, the procedures should be in your methodology. So the discussion should cover how well you met the aims and objectives. So this table gives you a really good overview of how you link everything together and you have a coherent story throughout your thesis.